Hello, I'm Hank with Wusthof, and today I want to tell you a little bit about how your knife works and how to take care of it. Okay? If you were to take your knife and look under a microscope at the fine edge, what you would see would be these little microscopic teeth. Okay? And it's those little teeth that do the cutting. And what you're doing to those little teeth, you're pounding them into something hard. Okay? So you're cutting and everything's good. 20 minutes later, the knife isn't cutting like it once was. It's not that the knife is dull. It's that little edge has started to turn, okay? So what most people do is they keep cutting, and then those teeth turn all the way over, and then their knife, has a hard time cutting butter. So what you need to do is maintain it, okay? And that's what this guy does. This doesn't sharpen your knife. It's a maintenance tool. What I like to tell people to think about it is it's like your toothbrush. You need to use it all the time, okay? That's the dentist. You don't go there very often, okay? This is gonna take metal off your knife. This is going to take those little teeth that we were talking about and shave them off, okay? Well, you have a $150 knife here. You don't wanna be taking metal off of it or you're gonna turn it into a $150 paring knife. So you wanna use your maintenance tool or your honing steel all the time, okay? Now, I found over the years that there's two reasons why people don't use these. One is no one's ever shown them how, and that's kind of where you come in. If you can show people something they've always wanted to know, they'll be happy for that. The other thing is people are afraid. They see the guys on TV and they're going like this, and the thing is they're drawing that knife towards yourself, and most people leave it in the drawer because they're afraid they're going to hurt themselves. So what we found is you want to hold the knife down, like so. And that takes the fear out of it, okay? The other thing about holding it down is you can see the angle this way. And what I mean by the angle is the distance between the top of the knife and the honing steel, that gap there, okay? That should be about 15 degrees. The thing to remember is it should be like the width of a pencil or the shape of a matchbook, okay? You want to bring the steel all the way across your body. The motion that you want is you want to swing from your shoulder, you want your elbow locked, kind of like you're jogging, okay? And if you rest it on the counter, then it's not going to move around on you. But the other thing by holding it down is you can see that angle, okay? The motion is just like this. Now you're going to look at this and you're going to say, that looks just like a file. It's not a file. We're not trying to file that metal off. We're just trying to take those bent teeth and straighten them out. Okay. You alternate it each time, and then you go back to work. Okay. Now, if I do this, and the knife isn't getting sharper, that means that those little teeth have either worn down or they've bent over. And once that happens, this doesn't do you any good. This doesn't sharpen your knife. It just realigns those teeth. Okay. A couple things you should know about that is you got to have the steel that's made for your knife. Okay? The metal in here has to be harder than the metal in there. If it's not, you're going to be sharpening your steel and not your knife. And that happens often because people will, have a steel that they never used, and that might be an inexpensive steel, and it's just not going to work on a good knife. Okay? The other thing is these wear out, and the way to tell if they're worn out is you feel the middle, and if it's really smooth in the middle compared to back here, it's time to get a new steel. Okay? So that's maintenance. Use it all the time. Toothbrush. These are the dentist. This is what's going to cut a new edge or have them professionally done. Or there's a lot of options to do to put a new edge on. But that's kind of how your knife works.
Thank you.
Okay.